Backing up Azure SQL databases is a critical task to ensure business continuity and data protection. In this guide, we will walk through the process of scaling up and backing up Azure SQL databases. First, it is essential to understand the different types of backups available in Azure SQL. These include automatic backups, which are taken by Azure every few minutes and are stored for 35 days. You can also take manual backups known as database backups, which can be stored in Azure Blob storage. To scale up and back up an Azure SQL database, start by logging into the Azure portal and navigating to the SQL Databases section. Select the database you want to back up and scale up and click on it to open the database overview page. Next, click on the Configure button under the Settings section to open the Configure page. On this page, you can adjust the database tier and size to scale up your database. Choose a tier and size that meets your performance requirements and click Apply to save the changes. Once you have scaled up your database, you can take a manual backup by clicking on the Export Template button under the Tasks section. This will create a database backup file that can be stored in Azure Blob storage. To automate the backup process, you can use Azure Automation Runbooks. These are scripts that can be run on a schedule to perform tasks such as database backups. You can create a new automation runbook by clicking on the Automation Accounts button under the All Services section. In the Automation Accounts page, click on the Runbooks button and then click on the New Runbook button. In the New Runbook page, choose a name for your runbook and select the runbook type as PowerShell. You can then enter a script to take a database backup and save it to Azure Blob storage. Best practices for backing up Azure SQL databases include taking regular manual backups in addition to the automatic backups provided by Azure. You should also test your backups regularly to ensure they are valid and can be restored. In conclusion, scaling up and backing up an Azure SQL database is a straightforward process that can be done through the Azure portal or using automation runbooks. By following these steps and best practices, you can ensure your Azure SQL databases are protected and can be restored in case of a disaster.